thank all of you who came from far and near for being here today as I celebrate and give thanks to the Lord for the privilege of serving 50 years in the priesthood of Jesus Christ. Today is an opportunity for me personally to renew my commitment when I was ordained 50 years ago, when I promised to serve as a priest here in the Diocese of Manchester. Anniversary celebrations are not just about one person, but they are also meant to celebrate anything worthwhile. For example, significant anniversaries of marriage, the vocation that most people are called to, anniversaries in priesthood, religious life, and so many, many other things that are so worthwhile. It is good to celebrate happy occasions, especially during these times. 6 years ago, some of you who are here right now, we were at Immaculate Conception Church in Portsmouth. At that time, my brother, Msgr Kelley, celebrated his 50th anniversary in the priesthood as well. That, too, was a wonderful occasion. And I remember quietly asking myself, God willing, 6 years from now, if I'm still around, would both of us still be healthy and be able to celebrate my 50th anniversary? God in His goodness granted. Isn't God good? God is very, very good, and we can celebrate and both be still healthy. And both of us, I know, give thanks to being the sons of Edward and Marion Kelley. We had parents who loved us, and even though they are not here today in person, I believe that both of them are looking from a much better vantage point in the Lord. And 50 years ago, on May 20th, Bishop Ernest Primo ordained 8 men to serve as priests here for the Diocese of Manchester. A few weeks afterwards, he ordained one other new priest in his home parish. Of these 9, 4 of us, Monsignor Paul Bouchard, Father Bob Cole, Father Ray Gagnon, and myself, we are still around, and all 4 of us are having celebrations in various parishes. And there have been many, many blessings for all of us during the years. I can honestly say that I was very happy as an associate pastor in Hampton, at the Cathedral in Manchester, and at St. Michael's in Exeter. I was very happy as a pastor in Charlestown, at St. Patrick's in Jaffrey, and at St. Christopher's in Nashua. And I can honestly say that I am very happy as a retired priest here at St. Patrick's in Pelham. And so much of this goes to Father Ron. It must also be said that the past 50 years have been challenging ones for God's people in the church. When we were ordained in 1972, the Second Vatican Council had just ended a few years previous. There were many quote-unquote changes that took place in the church. A lot of these changes were very good. Others, don't know, difficult to say. And I think we also have to add that some of the good intentions which we had hoped for, that they did not turn out the way in which some of us had hoped. But it's also good to recognize that this is still God's church. It is not our church, it is God's church. Always was, always has been, and always will be. And as I've said many times before, as a church, we are still around and we are not going anywhere. On Friday, it's our day of the 50th anniversary date, I purposely wanted to spend some quiet time at the cathedral. I just wanted to be there for a short period of time because it is at the cathedral where it all began. Bishop Abashi is the 5th bishop whom I have served under. The previous 4 are all buried in the grounds of the cathedral. All of them good men, served our diocese in the best way they could, and I presume to the best of their ability faced up to the challenges of their times. It is good to be a priest in the Diocese of Manchester. Very good to be a priest in the Diocese of Manchester. I've known many remarkable priests through the years, many remarkable priests at the present time. It's ironic that today, May 22nd, is the anniversary of the passing of my first pastor as a priest. His name was Father Dennis O'Leary. He was a wonderful example and a role model for me. The word of the same can be said about me. And there is a beautiful and poignant prayer that I have referred to in the past, and it means a lot to me. The prayer was written by St. Oscar Romero. He was an archbishop in El Salvador. He was martyred while saying Mass in 1980, and he was canonized a saint just a few years ago. And in this prayer, he said the following. He said, and I quote, "We accomplish in our lifetime only a tiny fraction of the magnificent enterprise that is God's work. Nothing we do is complete, which is another way of saying that the kingdom is always beyond us. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something, and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity for God's grace to enter and do the rest. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs. We are prophets of a future, not our own. And I certainly think these words are very applicable, especially during these times. This is what we are all called to do, to assist in doing the work of the Lord. The kingdom is beyond us. Our work may be incomplete, but it is the beginning. We may never see the end result, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. 2022, 50 years after 1972. Knowing now what I did not know then, would I do it again? And I can honestly say, from the bottom of my heart, yes, I would. And with God's help, that is why I'm able to say this. There have been many challenges. There's many challenges in all ways of life. But I know that we would say the same. And the most priest would say the same thing as well. And so today, I would ask that you continue to pray for and encourage more vocations to the priesthood of Jesus Christ. Pray for the new men who will be ordained a few weeks from now. They will face different challenges. They need our prayers. And so, as it mentions in today's gospel, peace I leave you, my peace I give you. I also add, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.